but I don't know. It's not one of those things I was like, I want to keep finally to myself. I didn't really, I don't mind people knowing that we're together and stuff, but I wanted to just, I don't know. I want to have more fight this year. And after that, take off time. Let's face it. Remy blew the whole thing up because Claressa Shields and Papoose were having the time of their life while she was sitting in a scenario that was practically lethal. Claressa Shields had been discussing taking a short vacation from boxing to concentrate on other hobbies. Papoose and Remy Ma appear to be collaborating on a new project. They are a real power pair because they've been encouraging one another while searching best lives. All the whole Remy and Pap situation, none of it was true. I don't have nothing to do with that. Okay, I have been open in all my relationship that I've had. All of them. Do you recall Papoose's attempts to conceal the situation? Everyone was stunned when Remy shared screenshots of his conversations with his new girlfriend back in December. Before Remy let it all out, infant Claressa Shields was sweating a lot because he knew that all of the chaos would draw a lot of SIDs. I've drawn a lot of SIDs. Well, a lot of SIDs. Everyone was stunned when Remy said screen. When Remy shared screenshots of his converse with his spites. Comedy scrouts as if they come before we see with SIDs. Accordingly Dockord before SIDs at .walk while we see with Karakti. With court with Sid with SIDs. We with the rewall, I feel like I can see you to see you. So we sick fry cookie with a music unwelcome attention. Her public relations team advised her, girl, this isn't the look. Because she had a movie coming out and big ambitions. But the plot twist showed that people were truly supporting Papoose and Claressa, as though their love were unreal. When Papoose woke up and realized he could do better, everyone was relieved. And the infant, he did a lot better. Remy didn't say a word to Papoose when it all blew up in her face because there were no tweets, no shade, no diss tracks, nothing. Claressa Shields and Papoose were sharing boot up and performing well in the meantime. And they weren't afraid to flaunt their skills. Sitting courtside at the game like a power couple, they looked cute and comfortable in their little matching coats. They were just in Hawaii for Valentine's weekend. Then when they got there together for her altercation with Danielle Perkins, baby Papoose did more than just pull up, he pulled. At the moment, Papoose and Claressa Shields are genuinely enjoying their finest lives. Produced. An extended rap performance. For the big ring debut of Claressa Shields, I'm not sure what else is supported if that isn't Claressa's gorgeous features should not be disregarded. She even posted a video of herself and Papoose dancing and playing games. Celebrities frequently pretend they have no idea what others are saying online. But infant Claressa Shields didn't hold back when she admitted that she saw all the support and affection. In love, she looks stunning. ASF is trying to put things right while Remy is over there looking dehydrated and thirsty. She stated quite frankly, "The love you'll show me and Papoose is cool." Papoose swiftly demonstrated that he was exactly where he wanted to be by giving her a heavy blow. Is it really his fault that Remy reverted to dating easy? The block captain, after he had held her down while she was in prison, built a complete future with her and desired a genuine family. Then she tried to play the innocent Lambie, saying she had never cheated on him. Claressa Shields, meanwhile, was all over the air during her most recent live stream, praising this man and saying how lucky she is to have such a love in her life. It's clear to see that we do have a great connection. And he understands me. We have, a lot of real life conversations and we talk every day. But he's definitely a sweetheart and he deserved the best and I am the best. Yeah, that's why I say I love him. I love having his support. You know what I'm saying? His support is very, very different from what I've had in the past. How you speak to me and stuff is very different. When Claressa Shields made an appearance on the Tamron Hall show, the same music app was holding her down like a real own. He's really encouraging, she continued plainly. And she feels like she can finally run her business here without some insecure male being scared by her strength and accomplishment. Claressa Shields is relishing the difference between writing, also have been you found your way to become public about your relationship with rapper Papoose. I saw you take a deep breath when I said that, and I understand why. We got to know Papoose from Love and Hip Hop, with Remy Ma. And we know that part of their story. To come out public with a relationship is hard enough when you are famous. It is even more treacherous when everyone has an opinion. Yes. When you decided to share, I think it was Hawaii, going on a vacation or something in Hawaii. When you hit send on the photo to share your relationship. Stories around the community claim that Papoose is relishing this new phase of his relationship with Claressa. To be honest, he was even more relieved by the public's support for Claressa and the baby because aside from Remy, he had never been so supportive of a woman. Claressa Shields has made it clear after 2 more fights this year that this isn't a short-term relationship and that she is taking a vacation from boxing to focus on other things. So, they must be having a good time together. Oh, you're taking a break so soon. Some people are asking if you're pregnant or not because nobody anticipated this. Nevertheless, in spite of Claressa's defending, even though Papoose and Claressa Shields are still legally married, there are rumors that they are being pressured to get a divorce and end their relationship before the baby is born. He needs to divorce Remy, leave her house, and treat Shields with respect by making her the kind of decent person you were. I adore them together and life goes on. Claressa's imitation of his intensity shows that she genuinely cares about him. Remy seemed to have taken him for granted. Pat should stay there because he is so happy with the champion. The whole Remy and Pat situation, none of it was true. I don't have nothing to do with that. Okay. I have been open in all my relationship that I've had. All of them. I mean, 4 boyfriends online. I don't know. I don't know. They're both nice, but they have to be new lyrics now, right? Because this is about more than just love. So, let's not act like Papoose isn't interested in that alimony check. Remy Ma is literally holding Papoose in jail against his will because he is effectively begging for a divorce, and his sister isn't letting him leave. Support Remy Ma while she maintained her reputation while incarcerated. Claressa Shields was ready to enter Thering and start throwing elbows and hands to force her to think because it had gotten so bad. 2 younger women have already taken her place. Let's begin because Remy is still refusing to let Papoose lead you all. Claressa Shields, who has been publicly showing her love for her partner, has been caught off guard by the way things are spiraling out of control. Papoose's birthday Instagram post the other day had everyone talking. Happy birthday, King Papoose. I cherish your life. Laughter, music, wisdom, and affection. You are loved, Papoose. You are truly amazing. And since you are getting all of your birthday punches today, I pray that God grant you many more years and even faster hands. Let's get to the main point. Why hasn't Papoose made a proposal despite all of their reports? Remy Ma is out there playing keep away with those divorce papers like it's agame because Papoose has been trying. And even though he claims to have asked for this divorce at least twice, this man has been harassing her about it whenever he can. Birthday Papoose was cute, but she avoided using birthday punches because, let's face it, they could cause pain. Do you all remember the text that Remy Ma published about Papoose and Claressa Shields' hot tea baby? Claressa was clearly annoyed that Papoose hadn't even told her when he had made it home safely. You are the one who is married. If you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal to let me know that you made it home safely. She explained that she did it because she loves her partner, even though she wasn't close to Remy Ma, claiming that she had recordings of Papoose harassing her, and that he had threatened to call the police on her. Of course, Papoose denied all of this, but he did say that Remy was upset because he had moved on. Let's not forget that, at Christmas 2023, Remy Ma was dressed as Baby and Easy, the block captain. And we all remember the rap fight when she publicly confessed her love for that guy. Even if you're in love with someone else, you can't let Papoose go. Hey, yo, Remy, don't you love me? See right there, that's love. Papoose was also there to introduce the first Hawaii Fest, but he had a job, so he was able to keep the audience informed and participate in threads while on his romantic getaway. We made history this year, and the event was amazing, featuring a number of famous people. You thought that was messy? Wait, there's more. Claressa Shields and Papoose were absolute couple goals and gave fans a peek into their love life when they went on a full Valentine's Day getaway. But it was real affection. Claressa Shields was out here locking in hearts, while he was over there locking in that bag. Twitter users shared the cutest little video of Papoose singing to her husband alone on the beach. If West Drive, we can succeed. You know, music that stage. You ready, music? However, they weren't alone because this is where things start to get serious. According to rumors, Papoose had been planning a romantic getaway for a while and was trying to make it official by purportedly trying to finalize his divorce from Remy prior to the trip so that he could pop the question to Claressa Shields on Valentine's Day. Imagine Hawaii. And guess who had to ruin the romance and atmosphere that would have been perfect? That would have been Remy Ma. And the reason for that is that she didn't get along with the block captain and her new lover. Easy. At the moment, she is playing games and stopping Papoose from continuing. And let's face it, Remy has been observing how Papoose is acting with the same level of love. And when Remy used to get that, well, that must have made her feel something. Do you recall Papoose's performance at the entrance to Claressa Shields' boxing match? Remy must have been devastated to see him show out for another lady in that way because it was a whole new level of love and excitement that she is probably music see that it's giving. What are you afraid of? Remy is reportedly refusing to sign the divorce papers because she knows Papoose is coming for the alimony purse. When one spouse in a marriage earns more than the other, the lower-earning spouse usually receives spousal support, also known as alimony. You really need to find out if Remy is acting like a bitter ex, or if there's more going on, though, given how stubbornly she is holding on. Let's break up. Instead of pretending, we're new. The courts take into account a number of factors when calculating alimony, such as the length of the marriage, the income gap, and the contributions made during the partnership. Remy and Papoose started dating in 2004. And based on their past, their relationship lasted for 11 years, or more than 10 years. Things started to go awry when they formally ended their relationship in 2023, after being married in 2008. Papoose was present when Remy was sentenced to prison in 2008, and he continued to do so even after she was released in 2014. Reminisce. They even had a vow renewal wedding in 2015, and their daughter Mackenzie was born in 2018. Those who got married over the phone in 2008, while Remy was incarcerated. Amazing. Beautiful, sexy, smart, intelligent woman I ever met in my life. I love you more than anything in the world, as you know. If I'll marry you again, what I want to say is you marry Megan. Certainly has a point about who should get support. But let's talk about the money, because this is where things get really complicated. Remy Ma's estimated net worth is $4 million, baby, which is significantly more than Papoose currently owns. So when she receives the divorce papers, she knows she will likely be charged with alimony because Papoose put her through some of the most difficult years of her life. They always admired her, even though she didn't reach the same level of fame as some of her peers. Ray's clothing business, reality TV checks, and record sales account for a large portion of her income, has been nominated 4 times and won once in the BET Awards Best Female Hip Hop Artist category. Her 2006 debut album, which was based on a true story, received positive reviews. I want to thank God first and foremost. I've been through a lot. To everybody who think there's no such thing as second chances, I'm here to tell you that stuff. Kept her reputation intact by promoting her music, making sure people didn't forget about her, and keeping that bag moving when she couldn't do it herself. And you can be sure that all that work paid off handsomely for Remy. But let's face it, Remy remained active in the music industry while she was incarcerated. You know who was out there making sure they made some money when GSI published a number of mixtapes while they were incarcerated? Surprised Impactless wanted to marry you. After you got sent? Oh, 'cause you just knew he was Theon. No. And I thought that was like a real stand-up thing to do. He's one of a kind. I could definitely after their eventual release in 2014. Remy and Papoose brought their love story to the small screen on VH1's Love and Hip Hop New York. But guess who was there to help them get those payments when they later started more spin-offs? Let's not pretend that Papoose wasn't as big of a star of the show as Remy because he did contribute to those TV checks. In other words, he wasn't just a supporting character. He was an essential part of the plot. Their love, their struggles, and their family, all of which besides the great performances. It was like one small tiny itsy-bitsy incident where Ra and one of Yee's friends, but it was nothing. It was like one little fight nowhere near me. Like a off. When Remy unveiled the Remy Ma line in 2018, it was a smart move. But let's not pretend that Papoose wasn't working hard for that brand. Papoose undoubtedly helped make that happen, as the sales helped support women in prison and their families. Miss Remy Ma, Mr. Papoose, really the hip-hop's Hollywood couple right now? Y'all need your own show. Since Papoose was a father figure to her then teenage son Jason Scott during Remy's incarceration, things get even more complicated. By wearing the men's, he was making sure it was noticed and putting the collection front and center at times. Yes, Businesses do spend a lot of money on that kind of advertising. If we are going to discuss how Remy made her money, we must also discuss the amount of work Papoose did behind the scenes to help build that brand. He took on that enormous responsibility without hesitation. But this is where things took a very sad turn. After Remy left, her son Jason was arrested and charged with a 2021 gunshot death in Queens, New York. It will always be hard to appreciate the level of stability Papoose was providing while Remy was away. Evidenced by the fact that he is now facing charges of first-degree murder and several related offenses. Year-old Jason Scott has been arrested in connection TOA in Queens that dates back to 2021. Investigators are looking into the possibility that it was, what about Shields? You already know that Remy is upset about this because she is delaying and slowing down her wedding preparations. And let's face it, Claressa Shields isn't the type of person to sit quietly when things don't go as planned. Let's not pretend this is just a short-term relationship because she obviously loves Papoose and calls him her king. As we talk about this divorce and the reasons behind Papoose's tardiness, it seems Remy is aware that she has a strong case for the element of Piz I love really, really, really hard. But I'm happy to, love somebody who want to, love somebody back. You know what I'm saying? He is just such a sweetheart. Ain't nobody telling me to tie my goddamn boot either. But he said it wasn't laced right. So he laced it right. It was so funny. They are stuck though because Papoose is still legally married to another woman. So Claressa Shields can't even move on with their relationship. Imagine being ready to start a life together but then running into a big immovable obstacle that just makes things worse. Let's be honest for a second. Claressa Shields is out there supporting and loving this man, while also being involved in his conflict with his ex. You have to wonder how much longer she will put up with this before she starts to demand some real answers and action. It's exhausting, haphazard, and annoying. And Remy keeps stirring things up whenever she can. If you haven't already, click the like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications buttons to make sure you don't miss the tea. If you haven't, leave a comment below with your thoughts on this. It's the messiest thing you'll ever see, and you won't want to miss it. So, watch the next movie on your end screen as well. I want to know if Remy is just waiting because she knows she will soon get an alimony check, or if she is genuinely doing so because she still loves Pap. Do you think Claressa Shields will survive all of this turmoil? Or will she eventually lose it, and